Guys, hello. Best game of 2017, one of the best RPGs ever, has received its definitive edition. Let's go straight to sections. The first one is the story. Most of the people say how Divinity has cheesy, weak, and predictable story. I disagree. Divinity is a comedy. 90% of the game's story and conversations are there to make you laugh. Larian achieved that perfectly well, and they made me laugh so many times in my 6 playthroughs that I lost count. Everything is voice acted.
Please, speak.
And voice acting is fucking perfect.
Don't worry, Chief. I'm on high alert.
There are 10,000 NPCs in the game, and they're all voice acted. What can you expect more from an indie company? This game is the perfect example of great comedy and epic story. Not only that I believe that it has great story, but conversations are pure adult humor. Not that stupid vulgar humor. Divinity's story is pure brilliance. I realized that after 500 hours of gameplay. So many different things to hear and see. Each time I found something new in this world. Pure 10 out of 10 for story, diversity and immersion. Single player games are alive, and Divinity sets as pure example that players appreciate Larian's effort. I don't want to spoil the story. My advice, play Divinity Original Sin 1 at least 2 times. Get to know the world and its lore, and then play this masterpiece at least 3 times. Next section is game time. It's brutal. 100 to 150 hours of game time. It depends on the player, of course, and the difficulty level. And with enormous replay value on top of all of that. 10 out of 10 for this section, nothing else to say, money well spent. The next section is game difficulty. While people were whining how Divinity Original Sin 2 was hard, I was whining how it lacks one harder difficulty than the hardest difficulty in this game, so-called Tactician mod. This is my opinion only, and I give this section 9 out of 10 because I wished it was harder on the hardest difficulty. Next section is game bugs. There were tons of bugs in Divinity Original Sin 2 Vanilla, or Classic Edition, how they call it now. Plus, game stuttered in later areas. Larian fixed most of them, and then new bugs appeared in Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. But at least, game is now optimized and it works great. No more stutterings. Yes! New bugs. Every third unique item description is bugged. Some new quest bugs appear out of nowhere. Now let me see if I can find some of those so you can see what I'm talking about. There, you see, item description on River's X, lacking. Those are, for example, new glitches. There, same for the Spear of Foes. So, considering all of this, it didn't ruin my experience. And let's be honest, it's very hard to make the game like this and make it work, actually. And that great. So I'll be realistic and I'll give bugs 9 out of 10. Because I'm sure they'll fix most of those bugs for Definitive Edition. Next section, maps and graphics. Maps. 1 large, 2 medium maps. And 1 huge fucking map. That makes more than 100 hours to complete. Caves, dungeons, crypts, space, hell, blue, red, white, purple colors, cities, villages, prisons, ships, Hall of Echoes, and 100 more different environments and places to visit. Best graphics in isometric turn-based CRPG ever. Great spells and skill animations. It's just a fucking joy for your eyes. Every part of this game is pure joy for your eyes. 10 out of 10 for maps and graphics. Next section, gameplay. Ain't gonna speak that much about gameplay. You go where you please, do what you want, steal, kill, sneak, talk, roam, discover, fight in probably the best turn-based game mechanics ever made for an RPG. Be villain, be a hero. Your goal is only one, become the new divine. There will be 1,000 different ways to achieve that. And every time, on every other playthrough, with different origin characters, it's gonna be different. I don't want to spoil anything else. Gameplay is pure perfection. It's 10 out of 10. Next section, itemization. Oh, Lerian, this was always your weak spot. 1,000 different, 1,000 is little. 1,000,000 different items doesn't always mean better. More doesn't mean better. Way too many times I was encumbered. My inventory full with bullshit like fish or, let's see, oranges or eggs and similar stuff. God forbid those books with their own weight like this. For the first playthrough, it's okay. It's really okay. You will pay attention and keep your inventory tidy and clean. But after a while, after a second, third playthrough, it becomes annoying. Losing an hour to clear an inventory on every 6 hours is not fun at all. Unique items are still weaker than divine items, and that's also a bad thing. Random stats when you receive armor, for example, like finesse based, and its stats are +2 to strength, that's not cool at all. Especially when you receive that after a huge boss fight. Rewards for quests are probably the worst I've seen in RPGs. There are 100 more problems with itemization and inventory in this game, but I don't want to talk about them in a review anymore. Dear Lerian, I hope you will fix itemization for Divinity Original Sin 3 when it's out. I really do. If you can't, you can hire me. I'll do it for you, goddammit. This is not how you do an inventory. 5 out of 10 for this section. They could have done way much better than this. Next section is leveling. This here. Hot and cold. Don't know how to feel about it. It's better than in vanilla version. Definitive Edition brings few changes, but not big changes in leveling part. For example, they changed Torturer, now it's more useful, it's actually good, and that's about it. That's about it. Some of the source skills nerfed, some buffed, nothing special. 99% of the game remained the same for leveling. Definitive Edition is just same as the classic with the add-on of the Torturer. You have your main attributes. You have combat abilities. You have your civil abilities and you have your talents. Here in tags, they're only just there for some options and conversations, but nothing special about them too. That's it. It's not that complicated once you get to know the game. Leveling is simple. I have my videos how to level up, everything explained over there, you can check it out. I'll give this section an 8 out of 10. For me, this is fair. Classes. Origin characters are great, and I would never play with a custom-made character till I finish with all 6 origin characters, and that would be 6 playthroughs, more than enough. They're just way too good to skip. Fane, Blast, Sibyl, Beast, the Red Prince. What am I missing? Ifan, they're just way too good to skip. You can go as a wizard, knight, fighter, battle mage, hunter, scoundrel, shadowblade, and at least 100 more combinations of those subclasses. It doesn't matter, to be honest, everything is fun. You can assemble a full physical damage dealing party or vice versa, full magic damage dealing party. Or, my personal favorite, a mix of those two. You can go alone as a lone wolf, you can go as a dual lone wolf, you can go with a 3-man party, 4-man party, all is your choice. You can reset points if you don't like your wizard, or his gear in the middle of the game and turn him into a sword and board full tank warfare character. You have options and you can do whatever you want to. 10 out of 10 because diversity is huge in this section. Audio and NPCs. Great main team. Epic main team. Great music overall in Divinity. I only heard better music in Witcher 3 so far. Voice actors are superb. Everything is voice acted and the game fucking shines in this section. You bring me Divinity Original Sin 2 main team in 60 years from now, of course, if I'm alive by then, and I'll recognize it immediately. That's how memorable the main team is. 10 out of 10 for audio and NPCs in this game. Now we go to the conclusion. All of these sections combined together give 91 points, and that would be 9.1 out of 10. Or let's call it 9.5 out of 10. This game is just way too fucking good. I'm an absolute fan of this game, and it brought me so much fun in the past year since it was released. On top of all of that, this masterpiece gave me around 1 million views on this channel, and I thank Larian for its existence and the existence of this game. I'll always be grateful for that. It's in my top 10 games of all time. After all, I still think the Divinity Original Sin 2 is the best game for 2017, and Definitive Edition fixed arcs and Larian optimized game here to perfection. Buy the game, play the game, it's worth every penny, replay it. Games like this come once in 5 to 10 years. Pure brilliance in turn-based CRPG. Thank you, Larian. I can't wait for Divinity Original Sin 3. There is nothing else to say. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.